distinguish leftists from liberals, because I don't think they're the same thing. Conservatives versus leftists in LA is very much about kind of a character assumption. If you're a leftist, you're a good person. If you're a conservative, that means you're an uptight John Lithgow type from Footloose. You don't want anybody to dance. That's what it comes down to.
Right. So I definitely want to dig into the difference between liberals and leftists with you, because it's something you focused on a lot from the right, and it's something that I've focused on a lot in the last year from the left. So we're going to dive into that. But let's just do some election stuff.
Sure.
First, let's get the easy stuff out of
That's
the way.
fun stuff, all right.
Yeah. So this election seems completely insane to me. Let's start with Trump. You big on Trump? I don't think so.
things are good.
How you feeling
No,
about it?
I think Trump's a loudmouth. I think he's a braggart. I think that Trump is bad for American politics. I think that there's a couple of things that I like about Trump. One is that he says things that are not politically incorrect. The problem with Trump is that he fails to distinguish politically correct from just being a jackass. So there is a difference. I mean, there's a difference between being rude and being politically incorrect.
Right.
Being rude is telling Megyn Kelly she's bleeding from her wherever. Being politically incorrect is saying that some immigrants across our southern border are criminals. That's politically incorrect, but it's not rude. But saying that Megyn Kelly is bleeding from her wherever, that's not politically incorrect. That's just being a jerk.
So is part of it that his...
But people mistake the two. So because the reign of political correctness is so strong, people have now interpreted being politically incorrect as just anything you say that pisses someone off. That means you're politically incorrect, and that's not what political incorrectness is.
Sure, so it's this conflation of just saying anything, and he's really good at that. I mean, I've noticed the more I watch him, you can whittle him down to some pretty basic stuff, because he just says a lot of circular logic stuff, and this person's great, and that person's great, and they love me, and they hate me, and that, and he was actually never really saying anything. This is sort of the genius?
This is what I don't like about him, and it is the genius of him, because we live in a me culture and a me time and a me media, and so Trump is all about Trump. I mean, that's really the only thing that matters to him. So if Vladimir Putin insults him tomorrow, that matters more than if Vladimir Putin invades a country, because all that matters is Trump. And so he speaks about himself in third person, and everything that he talks about is, I'm going to do this, I'm going to build a wall, I'm going to fix it, I'm going to make a great deal, I'm good for the blacks, I'm good for the Hispanic. Nowhere in there do I hear, as a conservative, nowhere in there do I hear anything about what's the proper role of government in my life, which is the part that I care about, right?
Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only.
We should care about each other.
Backup
I want
activated.
them to leave me alone.
System
I want
rebooted.
Barack Obama- I want all these people to leave me alone so I can live
So
my
that's a
life.
Caution.
conservative principle.
Entering dark zone.
Yes, just leave me alone. Like, the government was not meant to do this many things. End of story. I mean, read the Constitution is very explicit about the things government is supposed to do, and pretty much nothing on Trump's list, except for maybe border security, is really something the government ought to be doing. Again, what that comes down to, and this is the problem, is I think that the danger of Trump is that the left for 100 years has fallen in love with the idea of the strong man. I mean, you go all the way back to Woodrow Wilson, and Woodrow Wilson is writing about the president should be the strongest man possible. The only limits on his power should be his vision, basically, which, could come straight from Mussolini. And Woodrow Wilson was actually as close to a dictator as America has ever had. That's carried through to FDR, it's carried to LBJ, to Obama. On the right, at least they made overtures toward, we're not going to have the strong man who gets involved in your life and fixes all your problems. Trump is the strong man, and I think after so many years of a lot of Americans on the right feeling emasculated by President Obama telling them that they're racist, sexist, bigot, homophobes, and by Hillary Clinton telling them that they're too kind of testosterone-y in orientation toward the world. Basically, I wrote this yesterday, I think that the response to Trump from the right has basically been he's the biggest swinging set of balls in the race, and because that's what he is, I'm for him. And you hear that from Trump supporters. Well, he'll do something. Maybe he will, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Will it be good? That's sort of my question.
So as a conservative, though, so as a true conservative, this must make you feel crazy. Right? I mean, you must be really crazy at your own party, because looking more and more at the world is actually...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who to be the most pissed at, honestly. I mean, you got the GOP establishment, which cannot get off the Jeb Bush train for the life of them, and then just unify behind somebody like a Marco Rubio. And they hate Ted Cruz so much, they would side with Trump over Cruz, probably.
Right, so Cruz is too far right.
Right, Cruz, they think he's unelectable, and more than that, Cruz actually, I think, believes the things they say they believe. So he says, I believe in a small government, I think that we should cut government, I think the government should be important in people's lives. And the RNC, which makes its money off government being important in people's lives, I mean, how much money would you give to a political party if the government didn't matter in your life? Right? The RNC would raise $0 if no one cared what happened in Washington, D.C. And so Cruz scares them from that angle. I don't think Trump scares them. Trump annoys the establishment. He doesn't scare the establishment. So I'm annoyed at the establishment. I'm annoyed at, Cruz is a very good constitutional conservative.